Hey everybody, the Hawaiian Florida fan collector back with another ceiling fan video. And what you're looking at here is a 52-inch Hunter 1930s original in the rather rare Hunter green finish. This fan is currently installed in my bedroom as of right now. I got this fan off of Domenic in New Year's Eve of 2022 in the mail. And yes, keep in mind this fan is a 5-blade only rotor, so this is an earlier one with the 2-piece canopy, as you can see. And yes, let's go ahead and show you the demonstration, starting with the light kit. And yes, this fan is currently installed in my bedroom as of now, and I plan to keep this fan up here for a very long time. I don't plan to take it down anytime soon since it just looks too good in here. And plus, green is my favorite color anyway, so what do you expect? I actually grew to love this fan more than you anticipated. It's just one of those fans that I wasn't too much of a key fan of at first, but then I really began to love it. And just keep in mind that this fan is on a wall control, so yeah, let's go ahead and turn the light down a little bit. And it does have a light kit. It does dim, as you can see. And yeah, I'm going to brighten back up. Starting with the light, turn it off with the control. And turn the fan on low. And keep in mind, the low speed on this control is very, very slow. It's a 4-speed control, so I got a very nice slow low, which really looks good for a restaurant. And keep in mind, I had to pay a lot of money for this fan, since this is one of those rare kind of fans that I decide to go gut hole with my money and buy it, since I knew I couldn't lowball the seller for something really rare and pretty. And yes, if you ask me how much did I spend on this guy in total, I ended up spending $1,300 on this fan in total, because I figured it was something not seen in Hawaii very much, and I kind of wanted to bring it in here, so I figured I'd pay a lot. And yes, I paid $1,300. Some people might say I've overpaid, but I feel like it was totally worth it, every bit of it, since I really grew to love this fan. And some people would say, hey, it's not worth it. Well, for me it is, because I got something that I really loved. So this is one of those fans I would keep up here as a permanent install by far. And unfortunately, this rib is no longer going to be my room to sleep in, unfortunately. But the bright side is I get to keep this as my fan room for testing and storage. So yeah, that's on the bright side. So since I'm moving my bedroom downstairs, so how cool is that? So let's go ahead and crank this fan up to the second lowest speed here. And this is what I consider to be more of a factory. It's going to be kind of like the low medium speed, because this is very, very still pretty slow. And this is the speed I normally keep it at, or medium on the wall control, since this is perfect range. And yes, this fan is, when I first got this fan, keep in mind this fan has the 12-degree blade pitch too, so it's not as strong as the one in my office, since that one has the 15-degree. And also another thing to point out is that this fan was a total pain to balance out. And yes, I had to put a lot of weights on the blades to balance it, since it had a horrible, nasty wobble when I first tested it. But other than that, I still love this fan. I can't take it down. I just really like it. And yes, when I go to Florida away for some time, and I do really miss this fan to the point where I actually have tons and tons of videos on my phone of this thing. It's just something that I cherish every moment of. And just that's how big my obsession is with fans, is that I really gained to love it, love working with it. As you see, the light works again, but let's crank this fan up a little bit, shall we? Now here's medium, and this is the speed I normally keep it on with the control, since the factory medium is way too fast for my taste. And keep in mind, I did put the receiver inside the canopy, and plus I did have a big enough hole in the ceiling that I could fit some of the receiver into the ceiling a little bit along with the canopy, so it houses it in there. That's what I meant to say, like it houses it inside the canopy. So you can see this fan does work pretty well. Now let's go to full blast, shall we? And this is the speed that is just moves a ton of air in here. And yes, keep in mind, I do not use this fan on this speed as much as I would like to, but in the summer it comes in really handy when it's needed, since this room gets very, very, very hot. I mean, this room will rise up to 99 degrees in here, so this fan really gets the air moving in here, which is something I want and something I need. Plus, there's no air conditioning in my room, so it makes this room a whole lot worse than anticipated with the humidity and things. So that's why I keep this fan on high in the summer. But even at the dead of winter, sometimes it gets hot in here, so that's when I crank it on high, but not that very often, even in the winter. But I will show the airflow of this fan, since this thing is super good and air moving. And let's just take it up, show the airflow. Airflow is really, really good. And plus, there's the home trim logo right there. And I thought of doing 2024 commentary of this fan, since I already figured why not, since this is the start of the new year and I kind of want to celebrate the annual anniversary since I've received this fan. And yes, I will put the camera back in the tripod. And zoom in here just to see if I can see it a little bit better. And yeah, I'm going to turn it off now and show you the factory speed, because it is different on the wall control and the pull chain. So now I'm going to go stop this fan and show you the pull chain factory speed, since I already done the wall control speed. So you can tell that's off. All right, now let's start with the factory. Starting with the light kit. Keep in mind, I did put these 8-ball pull chains on here, since I think they looked too good to describe the personality with this fan and me in real life. So describing both things really keeps this fan really cool for me, is that the 8-ball pull chains describe my life a little bit. So here's low. Low speed on this fan is very slow, even on the factory, but it doesn't get as slow as the wall control. But since I already have the wall control, I don't really like to pull the pull chain so much. So, and keep in mind that this fan did not require any clean out to it, since the motor was already cleaned out. So, but I'm still probably going to clean it out anyway, since I like to keep this fan in top condition and functionality. And yeah, that's low. Let's go to medium on the pull chain. And keep in mind, the medium on this fan is incredibly fast to the point where I like to have a wall control that controls my medium speed down a little bit, since this medium speed is just way too fast in my taste. And keep in mind that the newer Hunter originals have a slower medium, so this is just, as you see right now, this is more like a high speed on most fans. Even high speed on the K55 motor and airflow for my standard. And just keep in mind, this fan has a 12-degree blade pitch. Unlike the one in my office, that one has a 15, so this one is a little bit faster probably than the one in the office, a hair bit, when it comes to speed-wise. Here's the white. And just keep in mind, I do like this medium when it comes into summer too, but I rather keep this fan on high with the wall control, since it does have more of my range. Now let's go to high, shall we? But I'd rather not show the airflow test because I already did the airflow test, so it makes sense. High speed is just undoubtedly powerful, as pretty much all Hunter originals are. No exception. It just is powerful like a Hunter original. And keep in mind, I will keep this fan up for long-term use. So since I'm so happy with it, I just don't want to touch it anytime soon. It's just my thing. And it's just like one thing, as I personally found out from my preferences, that if a fan grows on you so much to the point where you love it, you decide to keep. That's something for me. And this is one of those fans that just grew on my taste and love factor, so it moved easily into my top 3 contestants for favorites in my preferences. It just easily moved up there, since I love this fan too much, even to the point where I miss it. Even when I'm in Florida, when I stay in Florida for a couple months, I do miss it so much that I want to come back home and just enjoy every minute and moment of this fan. So I'm going to turn this fan off now. And yeah, that's it with the remake of the Hunter 1930's original in Hunter Green in my bedroom. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.